all. Am I audible? So let me share the screen and let's continue where we have stopped. Now, till classes, OOPS concept, inheritance, constructors, or access modifiers, these were the things we discussed yesterday, sir. Like, as majority of the people are from the OOP programming languages, you understood it nicely, I hope. Okay. So, let's discuss more into it. Yeah. Okay, see, I will tell you what is TS config also. Just a minute. Yeah, got it. Now, sir, already the notes is shared in the Google Drive, sir. For the people who ever not get the Google Drive link, you can get it from the admin. Now, even I think majority of the people already have it. For the people who did not attend the yesterday's, just check the yesterday's classes. Okay, or you can contact the admin one. Okay. Mm, I'm gonna repeat it what we discussed yesterday, quick glance once. Before that, drive, which is morning 7:30. Yeah. Sir, if you go with it to this is where I just gave the notes. Okay, the most of the notes is inside this drive only till the end of your Angular. Now you can get the link from the admin. Majority of the people already have this particular link. You can just check it on. Now let's start it, sir. Sir, what we discussed yesterday. So we discussed yesterday these things. So we discussed one more time what are interfaces, okay, and what are type aliases. Mainly yesterday we discussed type aliases, sir, like how the type alias can work and how different types can take it. And we also discussed functions. We discussed how different functions will work and all. And we discussed classes, how to write different classes or how to write the static ones, how to write how the class inheritance will work, how the normal classes can be written inside the TypeScript. These were the things we discussed till yesterday's one. And today I will just share you the GitHub link also, where whole till now whatever the programs we did, that whole programs also you will get it. Let me open it. Yeah. So, sir, I hope majority of the people here already knows JavaScript. Sir, how do you get it perfect in TypeScript is take any JavaScript project. See till now, like every time I'm just giving you a simple class or I'm just explaining you a simple interface or see basic how the first basic enum will work and all. Instead of that, take a simple JavaScript project. Any JavaScript project you did, like some simple DOM manipulation or some simple thing like you know some DOM manipulation or some kind of API calling. Take it one JavaScript program which you already familiar with it, and take that JavaScript program and convert into TypeScript. Okay, the more you convert into TypeScript, you will understand the TypeScript more well. Online is my voice is okay, ma? Yeah, okay. For some people, voice is not good. Just check it, ma. Your thing. Okay. Now, today, whatever you are going to understand, sir, which is very, very important. Okay. Now, what we are going to discuss is actually this is also inside your JavaScript. For the people who knows it, will understand it. Module systems. What is module system? Now, sir, modules. What are modules actually? What is it mean by module? Usually, modules are usually modules are used to organize or encapsulate your code. Encapsulate your code into smaller reusable codes. So whole your program will just modify into smaller ones and that too reusable ones. Okay, so your code will change it into smaller and reusable codes, and one code can be shared into another one. Like one file you write it one Java class. Like for example, see it here. There is one file like file1 file1 JavaScript, and inside this one class A is there, and sorry, this is one class A, and you have inside the class A some variable like A. You want to access this A value in another file which is file2. So what do you have to do? You have to get this value, which is you have to attach this total file1 to file2, so that if you want to access this A value 20, you can able to get it in file2. So how do you make these connections? That's what the module systems works. Okay. Now modules will go with usually modules will help you to go help they help to they help to avoid naming conflicts naming conflicts. Like for example, two three particular classes or two three particular things have the same name, then you can avoid them because you are just writing each one in a different file. Okay. and at the same time and at the same time naming conflicts, and you can have it you can use to manage the dependencies manage the dependencies and and obviously better code. Okay. Now there are different types of module systems. Okay. Now if you see, there are different types of module systems, sir. Majority of the module systems were two types. TypeScript supports two module systems. Two module systems. One is System.js. First one is System.js, and the second one is ES6. Sorry, System.js is earlier they used to call it System.js. Now it's Common.js. First one is Common.js, and the second one is ES6. Okay. Now, sir, what is this Common.js and what is this ES6, sir? How this Common.js and ES6 will work? Now, if you take Common.js, sir, Common.js is a module system which is commonly used for server-side programs. Basically, these things are used for server-side environments like Node and all. Okay, like Node.js, we use it. How we will write it, sir? It uses require. It uses require to import modules and module dot exports to export the modules. Export the modules. For example, see here oop.ts is there, na? Inside this oop.ts, there is one class called circle2, right or not? See, there is one class called circle2. I want to create an object for this circle2 in another one. See, I'm creating oop2.ts. Inside this, I'm gonna write it like let obj equals to or something. Let ob equals to new circle 2 and with a radius which is like 6. Sir, can I create the circle 2 radius here? No. Everyone focus here, ma. Very, very, very simple. You already have oop.ts, right? See, focus here. What is this class? This particular TypeScript file. What is this file is having it? Class person, class super person, and rectangle and circle. These are the things we discussed yesterday, isn't it? I hope you all remember these things. Now, I want to create an object for this particular class. I want to create object for this class. Sir, can I create in this file? Can I create in that particular file? See, in the oop2.ts, can I create it, sir? Let me check it. Will it work or not? I will go here and I will just write it here. Just go here. Now first, what do you do, sir? Let me go to project and let's write npx tsc oop2. So automatically, okay, oop2.ts. Yeah, whatever it is. Oop2.ts. Now what is the problem, sir, here? Cannot find the circle 2. See, everyone, I'm trying to convert oop2.ts. When it is compiling, it is saying it cannot find name circle 2. Why it is error, sir? Can anyone tell me? Did you guys understand what we did, sir? What we did is when we go to oop, sir, when we go to oop, inside the oop, we are having it one circle. But I am accessing it in the oop2. Did I write it circle 2 in the oop2, sir? No, but I am accessing it. So you will not get it, sir. There is no class OOP2 in the OOP. There is no class circle2 in the OOP2. So obviously you will not get it. There is no doubt in it. So how do you get it, sir? Then you have to import it. Okay, import into OOP2. We have to import. Everyone said it. Very good. How do you import? That is the only question. So here, let me export it first. I am first exporting using common JS system. Module.exports. You can write it directly. Okay. Now here, these were basically you will use it for node notations. Okay. Module.exports. You will write which is equals to here export. Now I will go here inside the oop2.ts. If I want to import, I can write import what I am importing. Okay, I am importing that particular class 2. So how you will write it, sir? The circle 2, which is equals to require, and inside the require you will write it dot slash oop.ts. Now see, now 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 the point is circle2 let obj equals to new circle2. Now here it is not saying it, everyone focus here, it is not saying it actually, uh, there is no circle and all. It is saying it circle is there, but it is not having constructor. Why it is not having constructor means it's an abstract class actually. Okay, here we are extending some abstract class here and all. Now let me go here. A constructor, it is taking R value only, right? Then why it is not taking it here? Let me export this obj2 then. Export, import, import obj7. I'm just writing console.log obj7 dot. Okay, circle extends abstract, right? Let me make it direct class then. Let me make it more simple. Instead of class, let me make it more simple, sir. Sir, here in this function, in this particular OOP, let's have a function. Let me write one simple function, sir. One simple function I will write it. Export function add. I'm just writing one function add to, which will take one number and number, which will return number. Now here I'm just writing it return a plus b. So I just write add to function inside the OOP, sir. Okay. Okay, see. Now, because we are having it abstract and all, earlier it was some complex, but it is so simple now. Now I'm just taking one function here. Now one function is there, sir, which is add to, which will take two values. What values it will take? It will take one number and another number, two numbers it will take, and then it will return one number. This is how you will write it functions. Yesterday we have seen it. Now, sir, I will directly go to my op2.ts. Now here I'm just gonna write import. You don't need to write import here. Const uh, what is the name here? Add to const add to, which is equals to require, and here you have to write dot slash, which is oop, and then basically why requires are not working. So you will write it like this, and then you will write console.log here add to. This is how normally, sir. This is how normally, sir. This is how normally require JS, the common JS will work. The common JS will work it like module.exports and the import modules. Now, sir, instead of this, instead of this, we have another one, sir. We have another one. Instead of writing it something like this, you can use something like if I write add to dot add to. Now require it's not taking it because of node, I think, node definitions and all. But if you go for this require JS also, when we have, for example, when we are in Angular or some particular server JS, you want to write it for front end, this will not use. For server side, if you are writing it for backend, module.export, okay, as export times, you will write module.exports here. You will write it here, module.exports, which are equals to add to. Now these things you it will work when you are in a node environment, when you are in some server environment. Now we are not in server environment, so those things may not work. But sir, what if I want to write it in a normal client environment? For client environment, you will use something called modern one, ES6 module system. ES6 module system. ES6 module system will have directly export and import. Export and import. So export are two types are there, sir. Export are having default and default and uh, you know normal export, default and normal exports we have. And if you are going with default export, for default export, for default export, you can have direct import. You can have direct import. Okay. And for for normal export, for normal export, you should write it as you should write it as named import. Named import. What are these things also I will show you. Now if I write it here, sir, in my code, now I want to, what is the our ultimate goal, sir? Goal is so simple. This add to, I have to take it into OOP2 and I have to run it. Okay, very good. Let's go here. Let's write it export default add to. So export default add to, sir. So now add to is exported default. Now if I go here and I'm writing it import something from OOP. Now you guys tell me, will it work or not if I call this something? Sir, if I give this like this, will it call that method or not? Will it work or not? Majority of the people in the comments think that it will not work, right? But actually it will work. You know why, sir? That is called default export. Default export, when you are writing it, sir, name doesn't matter. When you write it here, see, I exported default add to. So then it will come here. Then what it will do, how it will work like this. Initially, it will just check this name, JFDJG, okay, and it will go to this OOP one, where it is inside the project, inside OOP TS. It will go and it will check it. Is there anything name JFDJG? Is there anything named JFDJG? No, nothing is there. Then it will directly check it. What is export default? Default add to. So this guy defaultly saying it add to is the export. Export default is add to. So then it will think add to must be this. So according to it, if you write any name, you can write any name, sir. When you are exporting default, when you are writing exporting default, when you are importing, you can write any name. It will work. Okay. Are you clear till now, sir? Everyone. When you are exporting default, sir, you can take it anything. It doesn't matter the name. Now, sir, for example, let me have it in another function here. Not only functions, you can take values, you can take classes, you can take everything here. Now here, can I write it, sir? Export default add 2 comma add 3? No. Only one can to be. Whole program should have only one export default. Then remaining things are normal exports. See, this is just export. Sir, how do I get it add 3, sir, then? If I have to get it add 3, I have to write import, open brace, close brace, add 3 from dot slash oop. Now, sir, this name should be same. This name should be same. You should not change the name. Okay. Now, here, whatever the name you are giving it, same name you should give if you are going with normal export. Normal export. And this is called named import. This is called a named import. When you are going with normal export, sir, you have to go with named import and the name should match. But if you are going with default export, sir, you will get it with any name, it will come to default only. And only one default export will be there, sir, for whole program. These were the three simple logics. Okay. See, now, sir, same method here, add 3 is there. Now here, with the strings are there. Now here here string, and here return will string. Two strings add also will get string only, ma. That is called string interpolation or string concatenation. You know that. Now see, if I come here and if I write it here, something like any name, what you will get, sir? 2 comma any name means which function will it call? Add 2 or add 3? Any name means add 2. Very good. Okay. Sir, if I want to add 3, you have to write add 3 only, sir. Okay. Add 3 only. Add 3, it has to be strings. Okay. Something. Raj, comma, Raj. Now, sir, one more doubt. One more doubt. Sir, instead of exporting one by one, can't I directly take oop.ts? No, you can't take that. You can't export whole file and you can't import whole file. If you write it here, for example, uh, if I'm exporting this class also, see, export, and this class also, export, and some value is there, let ABC, which is equals to 55. That also I am exporting. Export. So these things, if I have to take, sir, I want to take everything. You can take it everything as an object as asterisk. If I take asterisk, that means everything will come. But you have to give some type alias. What is the type alias, sir? Type alias is so simple. For example, uh, my add 3 is there. Now see, go here, add 3. Now here, this add 3 is something a bigger name. Like this is the function name which I am exporting. Sir, how what is the problem here is when I'm importing, I should import it same. That is okay. When I'm importing as same. Perfect. But next time onwards, here inside my program, I have to call this method 5 times. Every time I have to write this much big word, na? I can't write it. So you can write some alias here. That means as some kind of RA. If I write as RA, if I call here RA, it will work. As it is, instead of calling this all, you can write RA and it will work, sir. Okay? Is it clear, ma? Now understand, sir, as in the module system is different. Inside your program is different. TypeScript is having another as also. If you remember, we have type assertion. When we want to tell to the TypeScript compiler that we know more than what it guesses, then we will use AS, type assertion. Okay, remember that is different from this. Now see here, sir, import, instead of writing this, you can write RA. Now in your whole program, wherever you write RA, that means this particular function only will work. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear how you will write it, import and export, and it will work absolutely fine? If I write it here, npx tsc oop2.ts, now it will work here, oop2.ts, and see, it came. Now here, oop2.js, it just came this all. Now if I go here, sir, let me go and check my code, inspect, console. Now exports is not defined. What? Exports is not defined. Where did you write exports? Export only you wrote, na? oop2.js, oop2.js. It uses the, sir, did you write it common JS, sir? No. I'm converting. See this logic, ma. See this logic. Everyone see this logic. This is very important. Now see which module system you are using. You are using normal ES6 module system. But when I'm running it, I got one JavaScript file, sir. If I go to my JavaScript file, it is using require, right? Is it good, sir? No. It should not use required. It should use ES module. So then what I will do is, where exactly the problem is happening is, if you go to TS config, inside the TS config, sir, every time your compiler runs, compiler will go to TS config only. Let me configure the TS config, because we are almost done with the module system. If we are done almost with the TypeScript we are going with, so I want you to understand how the TypeScript works. Now here, if you go each and every option, it will check, sir. Based on the options only, it will go. Now here, if you go modules, see, module system is common JS, it is defined. Change it. Change it the module system. ES 2015 or ES6, both are same, sir. ES 2015 or ES6 are both are same. Now, after changing it, and at the same time, sir, let me make it more and more great. Now here, uh, out there. See out there. Now I'm saying it. This is out directory. I'm saying it here. SRC. I'm creating one SRC here. And and if I write here out file something, sir, then all my JavaScript will converted into one JavaScript file only. Okay, all my JavaScript into one JavaScript file only. You can write it source also. You can write it as implicit any is there. That means we have one concept called any. If you remember in the first day of TypeScript, I told you if you put something as any, that it will itself will be written as any data type. You can write it whatever the data type you wanted. It will just stop checking as TypeScript. Now, sir, that also you can stop it actually. Now see, no implicit any is true. Now if I write it here in your program, if any is there, it will say error. And strict mode is true. So that's why you will get use strict. Now let me take this all and then let's take this. Let me just save it once. Control Fs. Usually it will be saved, but I'm just saving it for a sake. Now go here, sir. Go here and just import npx tsc oop.ts. Why it is coming at share only? No, should not come. Now this is root directory. Now let me write it here npx tsc, and then if I write npx tsc, sir, it will work for all files. Then let's write it. See, one src is created. Inside this all files are created. If I check oop2.ts, now it was exactly working as import. See, see it, sir. See, sir. Now we got it exactly like how the ts config is working. Okay. Now every file is inside because I'm just right. If we just wrote npx tsc, so automatically it will convert every file here. Okay, all the files, all the TypeScript files which are there, it will be converted. Now if I go here, I have to write it here. Dot slash inside src. That's it. Is there any doubts over here? Is there any doubts ma here? Okay, I hope it's clear. Now, if you write it here also, it will work, sir, exactly. Like if you check it in your code also. Cannot use import outside a module. What is outside a module? Dot slash oop. Okay, it's not that dot slash oop. Where this one is there, this one is there, dot slash. Dot slash, which is oop. Oop2. Oop2.ts. Okay. Sir, why we are saying it cannot use and all? If you go to here, scripted, you should say it like type equals to module, sir. Basically, your type is not a module here. So if it is module, then it will work it as module system. Then it is working it. Then it is saying it project oop2.js, where I did the mistake here. Oop2 dot okay oop.js. Okay, so I can say it like dot slash oop.js. Is not found. Now, see one more time. I'm just recapping it once, sir. See, the import export system is very simple, sir. When you have it in one file, the particular see, for example, inside oop.ts, I have two methods, add to and function something. Now, whenever you want to export defaultly, you will write it here, export default. And if I want to export it normally, I will write it just as export. If I want to import what I wrote as normal export, then I will use curly braces and the name should match, sir. If I have to import default one, name can be anything and automatically it will import it, sir. That this is the basic logic about ES6 module system. And now where we can change it, the TS config, sir. TS config module system should be ES 2015 or ES6, sir. First thing. And root directories and out directories are your optional. If you write it or not write it, it doesn't matter. Why I wrote this all is I just want to show you how this TS config will work. TS config is basically will tell your compiler how what to do. Okay, whenever you are compiling, what things you have to consider. Those things it will tell to the TSC compiler, sir. Okay, I hope it's clear now. Okay, now let's move into another one, sir. Now, sir, what are the more things are there we need to discuss? Now, there are actually other module systems also like require.js or AMD, UMD and all. Now we won't discuss that UMD and all, but we have we have some. Uh, Let me teach you some another ones like somewhat advanced TypeScripts. Whatever you discussed these things till now, these are enough you to start with start with something called uh, Angular. To start Angular, these concepts of TypeScript is enough. But sir, to make it TypeScript into another level in the advanced TypeScript, you need to know some simple things. Before the module systems were come, before this ES module systems come, people in the TypeScript community or some other programming communities also will used to use something called triple slash references. Okay, triple slash references. You may seen it if you see it any old code bases. You will see it. Usually, it will be in the top of the TypeScript files. These will just explain you. This is also like module system only, but it will explain you so many things. Like here, how they will do, they will put three slashes and they will put here reference reference path equals to here. They will just say, they will just give one path here and slash close. Now inside this path, sir, they will just write it here dot slash whatever the logic you want. Let me write it here. Dot yes. Sir, people will confuse always. Sir, if you put two slashes, it's comment now, so obviously your system will not read it. No. The point is, if you put two slashes as comment, it won't be taken into account whenever your program is getting compiled or run. But if you put three comments in the TypeScript, it is considered as reference path. What I'm saying it is, in case when you are using anything in your system, if you are not getting it, please refer this path. Okay, please refer this path. Now, sir, what you are meaning it? I'm meaning it. I don't need to write import and all. Okay. Now I will just write it here. I will go here, app op.ts, copy. I don't need to export also here. And I will come here and I will write it here. Oh, sorry. Why it came like this? Copy this one and come here and paste it. Now see, obviously it cannot get this particular one, right? But the point is, if this references in olden days, how we used to do. In olden days, this is how we used to do. It will take this whole string, and even though did I write this particular one here? No. Did I import it? Did I export it there? No. Did I import it here? Yes. Without even, like earlier, some person in the comments just mentioned to me, he just asked me like, can I directly take the whole file, import, and then use it whatever I want? Yes. That's how you can use it using this triple slash references. In olden days we used to do this thing. If you put something called like this, it's a directive. If you put it something like triple slash reference with a path, then what will happen, here, whatever the logic you put, it will tells this particular one tells to the TypeScript compiler that this whole oop.ts dependent on the oop oop2.ts dependent on the oop.ts. So first you have to go to oop.ts and check all the things, then only do this. That's what I'm telling it to my TypeScript compiler before it running. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear, ma? Yeah. This is again I'm just telling it to you. See, see here. Now the references are not working actually. References used to have, earlier it used to work. Now references are not working, but this is how they used to do in olden times. How they do it, here I am not exporting this particular one, but you can, without exporting it also. See, here inside this oop.tsl, I'm not exporting it. But here in the oop.2.ts, I can just use it. Okay. Like in olden days, this is how the people used to do. How they do? They will put one referencer. Based on the reference, they will take the whole particular file. And in that file, they can use whatever the function they want, whatever the class they want, whatever the element they want. But it creates so much trouble when it comes to the two three functions combined, or when it comes to the redundancy happen, or same function called multiple times. So to avoid this particular things, we will come to module systems like ES6 or CommonJS. So all you have to remember is ES6 only. Then next one, sir. Next one. After this, ES6 one, let's discuss. Let's discuss few more things. Let's discuss few more advanced types, sir. Utilities. Utilities. Sir, TypeScript have some utilities, sir. These TypeScript utilities are like some shortcuts in the TypeScript. If I write it here, if I write it here, an interface, something person, one interface is there which is person. You know what does it mean by interface? You will just define an object in such a way. So now here I'm just writing it. Name should be string and comma. Age should be number. Okay. Now you guys tell me here. If I write, if I go here and I'm creating one object. See, let me create one ob equals to, I'm creating name, name, Raj, and I'm giving it as ob is a data type of person. I'm saying it now. Sir, why it is giving error? Can anyone tell me? Why it is giving error? Can anyone tell me why it is giving error, sir? Because age is missing, sir. It can be person, but we have to take age also, because you mentioned inside the person name and age, and you said ob is a type of name and age. Ob is a type of person, so which will take a name and age, but you gave only name. Sir, how do you solve it? One way is you can make it here question mark, which will make age is optional. I think you remembered when we take functions, when I explain functions, I told you if you put question mark, it will think it is optional. That is one way. Another way is, sir, I can write it here for person, I can write it here something called partial. How you will write it here? Partial, partial. See this? Now also no errors. Now what it mean? You can take a default value also. Yes, someone said it, that is right. Age value you can take default, age value you can put optional, that is perfect. Or the third way is you can put partial utility, sir. Partial utility means I am saying it, no need to take the full person, just to take the person as partially. Okay, I can write it age only. Okay, I can give age only 20. It doesn't matter. I can give name only, or I can give age only, or I can give empty, or I can give here name and age both. It will work. If you give partial means, sir, something half. Okay, like not half. Partial means some part of it. You know that basically what does it mean by partial, sir? Right? Is it clear, ma? Now, sir, instead of this, now listen to this. Now understand. Same thing. I will write it here. Control C, Control V, OB2. Here, instead of partial, sir, I'm just saying it required. What it is meaning? You guys guess it. What is it meaning by required? Sir, partial means some part. Required means completely. Required means you should give complete all values you should give. That all are mandatory. Very good. Required means all are mandatory, sir. So it will give error. It will give error. It is in a required one, so you should give age. Okay. Very good. Perfect. Okay. So now I should give age, else it will say some error here. Same way, sir. Same way. Now another one is there, which is now here I will say OP3. Here I will say, just by reading it you will understand it what it is. Now you tell me what it is also, which is called read only. This utility is there, read only utility. What is it mean by read-only utility, sir? Read on read-only utility. Now here, now sir, here read-only also see you people will just get confused. Here read-only means also you can give normally only. Okay, it doesn't matter. Read only doesn't. Read only will normally will ask you give me both. If it is optional, okay, optional, okay. But but the only point is you can't edit it later. Now, for example, OB3 is an object now. If I write OB3 dot OB3 dot age, then what it will print? It will print 20. But if I write OB3 dot age 36, then it will say error. See, it will say cannot assign to age because it is a read only property. Is it clear, ma? You cannot modify it. You cannot modify it. While giving it is same, but modifying is wrong. Now next. Now next. Similarly, let me write some type alias also, so that you will get practice of types also. Let me take one type fruit, which is equals to apple or banana or orange. Now there is one type, sir, which is called fruit. If someone said it is of type fruit and it will have only three values, apple or banana or some orange. Now I am just giving it here. Now something const f const f. This f is a fruit type. Now if I write it here, papaya, will it be right, sir? Why it is wrong? Why it is wrong, sir? Because papaya is not one of the type which I gave it for this types. Okay, the type fruit contains only three literal values. It is not assigned to that. Okay, fruit data type should be any apple or orange or banana. Very good, perfect. It is okay. Now, sir, I want to give I want to give some other values also here. Now I want to give something f value. F value will be I want to give something like this, some quantity. I want to write apples. Apples are 10. I want to write like this 10 apples, comma, about 20 bananas. 20 bananas.
పబ్లిక్ టాక్
Or
బాగా చేస్తున్నారు
5 oranges.
సల్లార్తో పోలుస్తున్నారు.
Something like this I want to write. If I put fruit, it will not work. Because basically fruit means either these three values only. So you will write it some keyword called record, sir. Record. If I write record, and inside this record you will write it here fruit, comma, one number, any one number.
ఎమోషనల్
See,
అయ్యారు.
now it is no error. So I'm just saying it. I will take an object value which will take it one value from the fruit and any one number value, which will maintain one record. Is there any doubts, ma? Is it clear? Is it clear, sir, till now? Yeah. Okay. Now in the